Well, hello and welcome to how to generate leads that want to buy on the first call. So I'm so thrilled about sharing this story with you. The same strategies that I myself used to generate £550,000 worth of business over a 12-month period from just a single piece of marketing that I'm going to be talking you through today. So today this is all going to be actionable steps that, should you choose to, you'll be able to take away and apply in your business immediately. And this is what you're going to be learning on today's webinar. So this webinar will take around about half an hour to 45 minutes. It's not a particularly long session. And this is what you're going to learn on today's webinar. This simple 5-step system that creates qualified leads who want to work with you right now. Not next week, not in several months' time. This is how to get leads booked in with you that are ready to sign up with you right now. Typically at a 1 in 2 conversion rate or a 1 in 3 conversion rate. That's what you're working towards, where the leads are super qualified. The simple $5 per day Facebook secret that ensures your prospects will never forget who you are. So this is really the key to making sure that you are using a fairly small Facebook budget in a very clever way, okay, to keep yourself properly positioned in people's mind. So we're going to be covering that shortly. And then why Facebook alone gives you just 20% of the leads and where you'll find the missing 80%. So many people ask me, or when they talk to me, they presume that most of my leads come directly from Facebook. This is not the case. Facebook's what I use to build the database, but actually most of my leads are coming from somewhere else, and we're going to be covering that later on. Okay, so before we start, do watch out for distractions. So you might want to make sure you've closed your Skype, popped your mobile phone on silent. Do make sure you take lots of notes during this session, and then you probably want to close Facebook and Twitter because I know how these can be very much a distraction for you. There's nothing for sale on today's session at all, so you can put credit cards away. If you do have questions, then I'll be giving you the link to be able to book in a call with me to discuss how you can apply this in your business. Okay, so I'll make that link available to you now. And then either during the session or after the session, please do book in a call. So if you're unsure about any of it, how it applies to you, how it would apply to your business, then please do just click on the link, book in a call, and we'll get on the phone and we'll discuss how it applies in your situation. Okay, so is this you? Are you not getting enough leads into your business? So this is a very common story that I hear from people. Maybe the leads that do come through don't really know who you are. Maybe they ask, "Can you tell me what you do, please?" Maybe you're fed up being compared to the competition. Maybe you're having to put proposals in or put it in writing and then being compared to the competition. How frustrating is that? Maybe that then ends up resulting in clients who are not committed to the end result, clients who are less than ideal and who are very difficult to work with. So the solution is quite simply to generate better leads. You need to generate trust fast. That will give you committed leads who become committed clients as a result. So the simple solution is to position yourself correctly, creating hyper-qualified leads, positioning yourself as the market leader, the only one they need to talk to, so they don't even bother to talk to the competition. Attaining almost guru status, I don't like that word particularly, but where you are seen as the go-to expert, the only person they need to talk to, so that they respect your time and respect your expertise, that you are the one who will have the answers, and as a result of which they'll be more likely to sign, and you'll be more able to charge higher prices and charge what you're worth, and in return get more committed clients. Now the solution is quite simply to move leads through multiple touch points rapidly. Okay, so touching them, making yourself visible as many times as possible during a very short space of time. This will create these hyper-qualified leads. And we're going to be talking about how to do that using a combination of different marketing techniques and strategies that we're going to be talking about today. Now, the real issue is the fact that your current lead generation process, whatever you're doing, is broken, or else you wouldn't be here right now. It's delivering you the wrong type of leads and not enough of them. So as a result of which, this results in stress. It can also give you the wrong type of client that can be very difficult to work with. Causes you to fall out of love with your business. This isn't why you went into business in the first place. And it causes you to be broke and to not achieve your potential. This is not why you went into business in the first place. You had big dreams and a big vision for your business. You need to get the committed leads and clients in order to achieve that. And as a result of which, you'll be able to do a better job for your clients as well. So the solution is to create an automated lead generation funnel that delivers the perfect type of client. Delivering leads who are ready to pay what you're worth. And of course, that are then going to turn into these ideal clients to work with. Creating a stress-free business that, should you choose to, will allow you to work a few hours per week. Okay, so this is possible. It's what is achievable if you do things the right way and if you position yourself the right way. This is possible. Okay, so just a very quick overview on who I am. So I was originally a high school teacher. I used to teach in secondary schools here in the UK. I used to teach IT, and that was until 2007. I built and then sold an internet marketing agency which specialised in AdWords, SEO, social media. Took it to 8 staff with 73 retained monthly clients. Since then, I've then set up a coaching and training business that would teach people AdWords, SEO, social media, how to generate leads. So far, I've trained, well, it's well over 35,000 people to date on webinars, face-to-face courses, online programs, etc. And I have a number of online courses in AdWords, SEO, Facebook, membership site creation that some of you may have heard of. Okay, so what I'm going to be showing you today has been responsible for over £550,000 worth of sales into my own business. Okay, so here's a specific example on 1 month when I had 279 booked phone appointments. Now, these aren't just any old sales lead. These are a booked phone appointment where people had filled in a form to qualify to work with me and had actually applied, filled in a form, and were then going to be spoken to by a member of my team or myself. Now imagine that in your business. Maybe you just need 5 appointments a week or 20 appointments a week. Maybe you need even less. So you can generate this volume of qualified phone appointments with ease just by using the right process. Here's another example. 62 appointments that were booked in a 7-day period. More examples from my tracking. 3 different emails that were sent out, one of which generated 37 appointments, one 78, one 84. Now, this is what's possible if you do things the right way. But I don't just do this for myself. I do this for my clients too. So Sarah Luann Jones from Centre of Excellence Online. Since joining Claire's programme a few months back, I've launched 3 membership sites and so far have 3,745 members, all paying £19 each. I've also been implementing the Facebook ad techniques and last week made £17,000 from 1 Facebook post, all fully automated while I wasn't even in the office. Since this testimonial, so Sarah's a member of my mastermind, Sarah has now reported hitting an extra 100,000 a month just using Facebook ads alone. Doesn't all have to be online businesses like Sarah's. So Martin Cox, since doing your programme, I've converted £25,000 worth of work from it this month. Okay, so let's get ready to look at my simple 5-step system that creates qualified leads who want to work with you right now. Okay, so the first step is identify. Identify your ideal audience. Now, they are present right now on Facebook, even if you think they aren't. The number of people I hear that tell me, I don't think my audience are on Facebook. Yes, they are. Maybe in a social capacity, but they are available on Facebook. You can get to them. They'll also be present on Google and Twitter and LinkedIn and all these other places. But for the purposes of today's session, we're going to concentrate solely on Facebook. So you need to research your ideal client. What type of books do they read? What TV programs do they watch? What pages are they fans of on Facebook? If you don't know, go and look at some of your past clients on Facebook. Take a look at their personal profile and it will show you this stuff. Add them as a friend, or if you don't want to add them as a friend and their profile isn't locked down, you'll be able to look at the bottom left-hand corner, see the type of books they read, the TV programs they watch, the pages they're fans of. And if you were to target that book, that TV program, that fan page they're a fan of, you will be able to target more people just like your ideal client. You can also look at your competitors' pages and see what other pages people who are fans of them like as well. And you can then advertise to fans of those pages. And of course, you can advertise to your competitors' pages as well. So to fans of your competitors' pages, as long as they've got enough fans. So it's normally around about 20,000. We'll take another look at that shortly. Now, what you can also do is upload email addresses from past clients and then follow them round with your ads. They're ideal clients, right? They bought from you before. You can also upload prospect emails addresses and follow them round. After all, they're perfect. They inquired from you, they just didn't buy. Why not advertise to your prospects and you'll be able to get them back to buy something? What you can also do is consider buying email addresses from a legitimate source, of course, so always from a reputable source, so that you've got the right to upload them. So let's say you were in a niche market, say you were advertising to lawyers or estate agents, for example, you could buy a list of, say, 20,000 email addresses and upload those email addresses so you can advertise to them and follow them round with your ads. And of course, if you want to discuss any of this further and how it would work in your business, then please do just book in a call with me. Now, the next really amazing thing that Facebook lets us do, they released this feature about 18 months ago, but so few people are using it. It lets us create similar audiences, either for past clients, past prospects, or for your bought email addresses. It goes off and finds people just like them, looking at around 1,000 different data points to match really closely. What type of pages do they like? What type of things are they talking about? What's their political affiliation? It looks at so much information. Facebook has this massive database on us and what we do on Facebook. And of course, they'll all have the same desires and needs. It means you'll be able to find more of your perfect client right in front of you. And then, of course, the best thing to do once you start collecting the emails, you can create similar audiences on those as well. So let's say you manage to get 100 people on your email list as a result of a Facebook ad. You could then create a similar audience based on those, the 100 people that had downloaded it, or the 100 people you'd just collected onto your database. If you create a similar audience on those, that is the best type of list to have. It is absolutely amazing. It's where at least half of my leads come from, is from similar audiences. Similar audiences to people who've been on my webinars, similar audiences to people who've watched my case studies, been on my website, people who are fans of my fan page. Similar audiences are absolutely the amazing way forward. Okay, so just a quick look now at the syntax for how you would look at your competitors' fan pages and finding other pages to target. So the syntax is very important. So in Facebook Graph Search, that's the box at the top of Facebook, you need to be, if you're in the UK, you need to go and change your language setting by going to the top right-hand corner, change your language setting to English US, because this doesn't work properly in the UK when I last checked. So once you've changed it to English US, you'll then type pages liked by people who like, and you then type in your competitor's name. And up will come a list of other pages that would be useful for you to target. So I know, for example, that Amy Porterfield is a very good target for me. Look at all the other pages. So as a result of which I can advertise to Frank Kern fans, Mary Smith fans, Mary Forleo fans, Ryan Dice fans, Ali Brown fans, and I can tell you every single one of these pages, when I advertise to their fans, has brought me leads. Now, how can you use this? Now, the key is to keep doing this. Don't come up with just a list of the 5 or 6 we can see here. Research and come up with a list as long as you possibly can. Ideally 20 or 30 or 40 different fan pages that you can advertise to. Then when you test it by creating a Facebook ad, maybe 10 to 20% of them will work. Most of them won't, and this is why most people's Facebook ads fail. Because the chances are they probably set it up on a few Facebook pages by advertising to a couple of people that their audience didn't really respond to them. They didn't get any leads, and as a result, they tell you that Facebook ads doesn't work. This is because you didn't do thorough enough testing. It's absolutely essential to make sure that you test on as many different Facebook fan pages or interests as possible. And this will be where some of them will work, some of them won't. The majority won't, in fact. You just pause the ones that don't work and increase the budget on the ones that do. It's as simple as that. Persistence and testing is the key. Okay, so this is to show you briefly step by step how to upload your customer list or your prospect database. Quite simply, you go into Facebook ads, which is just facebook.com/ads. You go to Tools, Audiences, Create Audience, Custom Audience. Then you just click on Customer List and you upload your email list, ideally as a CSV file, which you can just go to Excel, for example, and save it as a CSV. Upload it, then Facebook will go and match them. Now, typically, only around about half will match. Even if you buy the email list, by the way, only around about half of them will match. This isn't that they've given you dead data. It doesn't mean that your data is faulty. It just means that half of people have a different Facebook email address. It's as simple as that. Only ever around about half of them will match. There's nothing you can do about that. Just accept that as a cost of doing business, unfortunately. Okay, so your second step. Now you know who they are and how to find them on Facebook. You need to attract them to you. So step 2 is attract. You need to get them on your email list. You need to cookie them so they're on your retargeting list. We'll talk about that more shortly. You need to get them to follow you on your Facebook page. How will you do this? By giving them content. Okay? What keeps your client awake at night? The more you know about them, the more amazing the content that you create will be and address their pains. And of course, it can also address their pleasures or their hopes for the future as well. The key is to create something, and ideally multiple pieces of content that they really, really want. So here's a few examples that I have used at various times. Checklist, template, webinar, a blog post, an automated webinar, or just a video. Okay, so now ideally you would create multiple pieces of content and advertise them to people in a very short space of time. So you could have a checklist being advertised and a webinar, and maybe an automated webinar with something from a different point of view, maybe a video if you'd rather do that than a live webinar, maybe have a blog post. If you advertise this to people simultaneously, then you will be really shortening that cycle, and people will grow to know you, like you, and trust you so much faster, and they'll know that you really know your stuff. Now, the key is to make sure that it's something absolutely Really amazing, hold nothing back, make sure it's absolutely amazing, give away all your best stuff. And this is how to generate leads that really regard you as an expert. So please do put time and effort into it, but don't let the fear of perfectionism stop you from taking action. That's so important. Now, of course, you'll need to find a way of giving that content away. So we use lead pages, for example, to give the content away. Use the lead pages to create an opt-in page. Just literally takes a couple of minutes to knock up a quick page that people can use to download your content. So people click the download button, I ask for first name and email address, and they get added to my database and they get emailed the checklist. So simple, so quick. And of course, that then means they're on your email database. And at this point, of course, they're then yours to be able to email. They'll also normally be on your retargeting list that we'll come to again shortly. And you'll be able to follow them around with your ads as a result. Now, a couple of other examples of very good lead magnets. So we've got an example here, Premier Agent, a business plan template. Create a plan for success with Zillow's 16-page business plan. So look how many likes and comments and shares that had, 1,981 likes. Now I bet you that resulted in a lot of business and a huge amount of emails for their database. Amy Jo Berman, you can see this was aimed at actors. That was an automated webinar, 1,526 likes. Okay, so you can only imagine, you can only continue to imagine that an ad like this, giving away something that so touches on what people really want, how to be an audition rock star and get more callbacks. That's clearly what actors want. Okay, so what can you create that will be the answer to what your audience really want? And then finally, international living, retire in Italy guide, get it free here. Okay, so that one has had over 35,000 likes. So again, a huge number of likes. I would have boosted their email database by anywhere from, I would estimate, at least 30,000, maybe up to 50,000 emails as a result of that campaign. Okay, so then your third step is to build familiarity. Now, the good news is you can do this super fast using remarketing, otherwise known as retargeting. I use the two interchangeably there because they mean exactly the same thing. It's a way of placing a cookie on their computer so that you can follow them round quickly. Now, I'm fed up with people telling you that you need to spend thousands on branding or you can't do anything until your website's sorted or launched. Fed up with people telling you it will take months to get results. This was the old way of building a business that took months or years. Now, with remarketing, it's super fast. You can follow people continually across the web. You could set up Twitter remarketing, Google remarketing, Facebook remarketing. You could set these up right now, and anybody who ever visits one of your web pages or your landing pages, you can follow them continuously for the next 6 months. Not that you need to for 6 months, because of course, if you give them all this amazing content and ask them to book in a call, they will convert that much faster. The key is to create guides and checklists and webinars like this one, where you show people you absolutely know what you're talking about. This is the fast way to build a tribe. This is the fast way to build familiarity, the fastest way to get qualified leads in, the fast way to get clients in your door in days, not months and not years. Just simply spend $5 a day on a small retargeting campaign, following people around, and watch what happens. Watch what happens when they book in an appointment. They'll be much more inclined to book, to actually give you the money then and there, much more inclined to trust you because they know that you know what you're talking about. I just knew I had to speak to you. I thought of you as soon as I knew I needed to act. It has really shortened this know you, like you, trust you cycle. that that people need in order to want to book you, to become your client. So this just $5 a day is the best use of a small advertising budget. And if you're not already doing it, then you need to do it right now. The old marketing rule that said 7 touches or exposures was what it needed for somebody to want to book with you and become your client. You can get to 7 and far surpass 7 within days, within just a couple of days. Absolutely amazing opportunity in front of us right now. Now, step 4, follow-up. This is where your emails come in. This is where you will find the missing 80%. Be persistent. Create an autoresponder. Ask for the appointment. So many people build an email list, then do nothing with it. Do something with it. All you need to do is offer to help and offer them your expertise, and then people will book in, talk to you, and then they will become your client. It's as simple as that. Here's an example email that I sent out that generated 64 different applications. So that's one example. Obviously, I've got many more examples like this that I share with my clients. Quite simply, it had the title, "Can I help?" then name. Still want to get your membership site launched? I'm here to help. Simply book in a complimentary planning session. I don't use the word free. That's because it tends to get picked up by filters, spam filters. And let's plan out. And of course, they need to get your assistance. You need to be willing to give them a planning session that's going to be of value to them. Talk through their ideas, how you can help. Literally, you're going to be giving them a free hour consulting session. But of course, with the expectation that what you're giving is such good value, why on earth would they not want to book you? And of course, you may decide you want our help, or of course you decide you want to go it alone. That's cool too. Either way, you'll have your plan nailed. Okay, so you can see I've positioned it as at the end of it. Of course, I was going to offer help in a way that they could book me if they wanted to. Simply book your session now, then a link to book in a call. Have a great weekend, and then a PS. Simple as that. Very simple email, generated 64 applications. Okay, then the 5th step. You just quite simply need to get them on the phone and offer amazing value in a structured consultation, and you can then seal the deal and sign them up because, of course, you've demonstrated your expertise. You are an expert in what you do. Therefore, why wouldn't they want to book with you? Typically, 1 in 3 to 1 in 2 of the people I talk to on the phone go ahead and sign up on that single phone call. And that's what you want to set the expectation for. And that's what you want. Whether it's a $1,000 program or a $10,000 program, it's positioned to get people ready to act. So simply ask them to apply for a consultation. Offer them help. Then ask people to work with you. Simply offering them help. Click here, book in a call with me, and if you want my help, then I'll be we can run through that on the call. But of course, they must apply by filling in a form. The more steps they go through, the better qualified they are. If people don't bother filling in my form completely, then I quite simply don't give them a call. It's as simple as that, okay? So you do need to be willing to stand firm. It might be that you end up doing some less qualified calls in the early days, and maybe some of them you might convert, but the better leads, the more qualified leads will turn into better clients as a result, because they need to be motivated enough to fill in your form completely. Okay, so can you do this? Can you imagine having this set up and working in your business? If you need help, then considering hiring a coach, somebody who does this all day, every day. This is their specialism, and somebody who knows with certainty they can get you there. Another case study from Laura Moxham from Your Business Angels. Claire Jarrett has been an awesome mentor and a pleasure to work with. She's succinct, informative, and makes the content easy to digest. Her coaching has enabled me to propel my business to stratospheric heights. Thank you, Claire. Now, I promised you the simple 5-step system that creates qualified leads who want to work with you right now. Then the simple $5 per day Facebook secret that ensures your prospects will never forget who you are. So simple, but so essential. And why Facebook alone gives you just 20% of the leads, and where you'll find the missing 80% that you must not forget about. So here's the solution. Build your credibility fast with multiple touch points. Building value really super fast. Become application only to work with. Set up a lead generation funnel that delivers qualified premium clients on autopilot for you. And hire a coach to help you get this implemented. Now, would you like to take it to the next level and get this working in your business? Where would you like to be in the next 30 days? You've got a choice to make. If you don't take action now, 6 months from now, when you look back to today, not surprisingly, you're going to find yourself with the same problems and the same challenges that you've got today. Nothing will have changed. So let's get on the phone and I'll help you plan out your marketing strategy, where your leads are going to come from, how many you're going to need. We can look at ways you can increase your income by doing things slightly differently. And of course, if it makes sense to work together, then great. We'll talk about that too. It really does depend on your goals and what you need. Simply book in your free planning session now at clairejarrett.com/apply. And then before I leave you, just wanted to show you another case study from Shelley Hutchinson, who's from Client Nectar. In the last 6 months I've been working with Claire. I filled an online program and a high-ticket group program during that time. The experience has been transformative. I've gone from earning $25,000 a year as a counsellor to last month earning £20,000 in just 1 month. She'll tell you how it is and what you need to do. Claire is the best online marketer I've ever worked with. So if you get a chance to work with Claire, I'd go for it. Okay, so looking forward to talking this through with you. Book in your free planning session now, and obviously please do fill the form in fully.